everybody. We are back with another team preview. This time we have Dusan and Subotica Spartans. And looking at his record, he is, I think, 22-18. I believe that was his all-time record. And going right into the poll question, is he the best team in the international division? Not even close. The answer is no. Not with Susie there. I think Susie is the best person in that division, hands down. And then I think there's a big gap, and then there's a fight for second place.
Yeah, it's crazy, but Duchamp always finds a way to win. Like, he was fourth place finish last year. I also voted no, he's not the best team in the international, just because I agree with you. Susie is the best team there in that division this year. And, it's funny when we looked at the offseason questions, because, there's a lot of young talent on the roster, but part of that question is it a possible blow up in the face roster? And it can be. When you look at the keepers like AJ Dillon, Damian Harris, like, those guys are in timeshares at running back. So that could be a problem. You got Elijah Moore, Fryermuth. Again, there's always the sophomore slump possibility, right? So there's just a lot of question marks there with the young roster, but at the same time, these guys could really elevate and take off and maybe potentially take Subotica Spartans to the next level.
Yeah, I think his roster is very boom or bust. You hit the nail on the head. AJ Dillon, they said he's going to be a close to a 50-50 split. I don't see it. I think Aaron Jones is the best running back there. Michael Pittman, I'm a huge Michael Pittman fan, so I think that's a great pick. I like Pat Fryermuth, just especially with Kenny Pickett coming in, check down to Fryermuth all day long. But then Damian Harris, and I don't remember who the other one, Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore, I mean, I like Elijah Moore, but then if they didn't draft Garrett Wilson, I'd be a huge Elijah Moore fan. I do think Zach Wilson takes the next step, but there's only so many mouths to feed. And he's still going to be a second-year quarterback. So
it's a good point.
Yeah, so that's okay. These keepers are okay, boomer bust. But I think what's going to help him out is his draft capital. He does have 2 first-round picks, 8 and 17. He does have a pick, I believe, in every other round. He has 12 picks and 11 through 20. And as I say in every video, he only has 5 picks in the last 9 rounds, and that is amazing. That's exactly what you want. So he's definitely winning there. He does have an extra pick in 16th and 18th from BC Lions. I mean, so he definitely has the draft capital. I think he might not be the best team, but he has a shot of first place this year. And that will help him improve his chance of being the best team. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. He has a shot.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was also one of the offseason questions: is he being overlooked? And I think you nailed it. He's being a bit overlooked because we are maybe overlooking the fact that he does have all this draft capital. If you think about it, at pick 8, he's either going to get one of those elite wide receivers or one of the decent running backs that's left. And I'm going to say decent because, other than the top 2 running backs going, there's all the other running backs available are question marks or in big timeshares. But there's an opportunity there to grab a decent one and then or an all-star rookie, and then even at 17 and then picking at 24 after. So there's 3 picks there in the first 24 where, again, he can add some impactful offensive players. And then, of course, we kind of get into round 5 and 6, and that's when we start seeing linebackers going off the board. So he's got 2 picks in round 7 where he can look at possibly getting a couple of quality IDPs. And then, like you said, the 5 picks in the last 9 rounds, I mean, yeah, those are the rounds where you're just throwing a dart at a dartboard anyway. So for him to be front loaded like this, he's done a good job. We've always given the international division a bit of a hard time for maybe not trading as much as we do and a lot of the other active owners there, but Subotica Spartans, in my opinion, did a good job here just making tactical trades to increase his capital, and hopefully from his perspective he can do better in a 4th place finish.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, if I were him, I would be looking into trading AJ Dillon. He might be, somebody might bite on that for a first or a second. They see that potential 50% of the workload, they might take it and keep somebody else, or try to move up, 17th in AJ Dillon for first overall or second overall, and get Brees Hall or Kenneth Walker. I mean, he's. I was actually I was very surprised and pleasantly surprised when I looked at his draft picks, and I was like, finally, International Division is doing something, and I'm definitely happy for this.
Well, like you say, you give these guys a hard time, but Subotica and Subotica Spartans were 3-4 in the league last year. So the International Division has definitely, with those two guys specifically, because they came in around the same time, I think, they at least brought some good international competition to the LOC.
Yes, you're right. They were 3-4, but the US was 1-2.